All right, so yeah, we back here again with another video. This particular video, we're going to talk about the whole situation going on with Andrew Reese and Caitlin Clark. Now, it's astonishing to see racists show themselves without showing themselves, right? Because then they can be all big, bad, and boisterous behind the camera, but when you run up on these guys in person, they don't got a whole lot to say, or they want to play victim and whatever like that. So you got these racist fans out here targeting Angel Reese because they little darling Caitlin Clark is pretty much being protected, right? And a lot of this has to do with the media. If you go back a couple years ago when they played each other in the national championship game, and LSU defeated Iowa, and Andrew Reese did the Tony Yayo face. You can't see me, right? I know a lot of people say that's from John Cena, but it's not. Even John Cena himself admitted on to the Night Show that he got that from Tony Yayo. And I wish people would stop saying that you can't see me gesture is John Cena's. It's not. It's Tony Yayo's. Anyway, so when Killer Clark was doing that whole "you can't see me" stick, right? And people was glorifying that. Oh, it's the spirit of competition. Oh, you gotta understand, she's a highly competitive player. I mean, it's you can't take that too seriously. She's a leader. She's an inspirator. She's everything a girl can dream of. That's just that's just the fire that's inside of her. But when Angel Reese does it, oh, she's lacking class, and where's that in sportsmanship? Double standards, man. You gotta love the double standards that a lot of these people out here be projecting on. So the next year, LSU loses in the national semifinals to Iowa, only for Caitlin Clark to lose in the national championship game to South Carolina because South Carolina was on its own revenge tour. So coming out of college, Caitlin Clark was a two-time loser in the national championship game, and despite that, she's gotten endorsement deals. Uh, she's pretty much was handpicked by the white media to be its next savior. She could do no wrong. And you let these crash test dummies and Stephen A. Smith get to him in a second. Shannon Sharp tell her, "Oh, she's box office. Oh, she's a once in a generation type player." So it's pretty much a foregone conclusion now that Caitlin Clark is going to win the Rookie of the Year. It's not like the white media already hadn't ordained her as Rookie of the Year before she even dribbled the basketball. But considering that she's playing a lot better lately and the Indiana Fever are in the playoffs, when you couple with Angel Reese, Chicago Sky is on like a 7-game losing streak right now and pretty much not going to make the playoffs. It's pretty much a foregone conclusion that their little savior is going to win Rookie of the Year. But I want to play a clip, right? And yes, it's fair use. Let me share my screen real quick. You see what Andrew Reese had to say. We're going to react to it. DJ, spin that shit.
Her fans, the Iowa fans,
Hmm.
now the Indiana fans that are like they ride for her, and I respect that respectfully. but sometimes it's very disrespectful.
Mhm.
I think there's a lot of racism when it comes to it, and I don't believe she stands on any of that. But when it comes to death threats, like I'm talking about address, like it's down to that. Multiple occasions, people have made AI pictures of me like naked, literally.
Really?
They have sent it to my family members. My family members are like uncles are sending it to me like,
No.
"Are you naked on Instagram?" So I think it's really just the fans, her fans, the Iowa fans,
Mhm.
now the Indiana fans that are like they ride for her, and I respect that respectfully, but sometimes it's very disrespectful.
Mhm.
I think there's a lot of racism when it comes to it, and I don't believe she stands on any of that. She come down death threats, like I'm talking about people have come down to my address, follow me
No.
home, like it's come down to that. Multiple occasions, people have made AI pictures of me like naked, literally.
Really?
They have sent it to my family members. My family members are like uncles are sending it to me like, "Are
No.
you naked on Instagram?"
That's crazy. This is crazy that people will resort to this for two women playing basketball. And has Caitlin Clark really come out and denounced this? Fans is out here doing whatever to Angel Reese, putting her safety at risk and all that, all because they didn't like the fact that she did the whole "you can't see me" just a couple years ago. They really still hold that much resentment to Angel did that. So I want to go to there, go from there to here, right? Because somebody else had something to say when it comes to that. Now, we all know who his character is. He has no problem talk about this cartoon character right here. He has no problem running his mouth about everything. DJ, spin that shit.
There have only been 40 triple doubles in the history of the WNBA. Cheryl Swoops recorded the first WNBA triple double during the 1999 season, while Caitlin Clark logged the most recent triple double earlier this week. Caitlin Clark became the first ever rookie in WNBA history to record a triple double twice in the same season. In that game, Clark scored her 103-point shot this season, becoming just the sixth woman to do so and first in her rookie season. She now has 102 on the season and is 19 away from Diana Taurasi in second place and 26 away from UNESCO of the New York Liberty. My WNBA player of the week, surprise, surprise, Indiana Fever rookie sensation, Caitlin Clark. There's nothing really to say other than that.
I'm so shocked. I mean, how could I ever, how could I ever think that it could be somebody else, Stephen A? I mean, you've been only going on these crash test dummy missions for the last several months when it comes to this woman. I mean, what would make me think that you would actually pick somebody else to be the WNBA player of the week? Now, what's it not say that you're going to pick her to be the rookie of the year? Let's go a step further. You might even pick her to be the league's most valuable player. Hmm? Hmm?
Now she's rookie.
Oh, well, maybe I was half right. Maybe I was half right. Maybe you do got some sense about you because it was just only a few days ago you was running your mouth on ESPN First Take talking this shit about her possibly winning the league MVP over Edge Wilson.
That's a wrap. That's over. And props to Angel Reese, who's had a good. Quick to number 3 goes to Chicago's rookie forward Angel Reese, who has a new weekly podcast called Unapologetically Angel. It's part of Playmakers Network of podcasts from Shaquille O'Neal. On the debut episode, co-host Maya Reese, who is Angel's cousin asked her to address her feelings about rival Indiana Fever's Caitlin Clark and Fever's fan base. Take a look at what Angel Reese had to say about that. Quote, Caitlin Clark fans, the Iowa fans, now the Indiana fans, I think there's a lot of racism when it comes to it, and I don't believe she stands on any of that. But when it comes to death threats, I'm talking about people who have come down to my address, following me home. Multiple occasions, people have made AI pictures of me naked, literally. They've sent it to my family members. It sucks to see that. And it's really hard that I have to go through that. End quote. If Angel Reese was older, I would have gotten on her about what she just said. Because I would have been like, how naive can you be? But she is young. So
Hey, hold on, whoa. Hold on now. See, because I know your shoe shuffling ass is going to say something real stupid, right? So let me get this straight. You think just because she has a podcast and she expressed her concerns for her personal safety, right, that you're supposed to go in on her like that? That is gross and unacceptable from even a Bama like you, Stephen A. What are you talking about?
2022. And the reality is the scrutiny that she's been subjected to is inexcusable. It's egregious. It's disgusting. It's wrong. And there's a bunch of punk, no good, you know what's out there.
Yeah, starting with you.
On the male and female side who are abusive because they're really, really good at being that way when they're.
And before you continue on, right? Because you are an individual that is verbally abusive. We've seen you go on long-winded diatribes against certain athletes. Maybe like, let's see who comes to mind. Oh yeah, Kyrie Irving. Remember you went on a big old personal jihad against Kyrie Irving to get him kicked out the league for whatever reason. I don't know. So going off that precedent right there, with Stephen A. Smith went on this long-winded jihad against Kyrie Irving, what's it not say that this man will come out and speak down on Angel Reese because he is just this bona fide clown shit, and on top of that, he is on a massive campaign to ordain Caitlin Clark as the next great white hype. Let's continue on with his diarrhea of the mouth.
They're behind keyboards and away from cameras and out of the spotlight where people know exactly who the hell they are. The only
like you, like I know, I personally know an individual that ran up on you a few years ago and tried to ask you a question, and while you just big old roaring hellfire brimstone lying behind the camera, well, when the camera's put up in front of your face in real time, all of a sudden this lion don't got so much courage. All of a sudden now this person don't do the cameras. But you be on camera every day, blathering, and bloviating about some random shit.
The only reason that I brought up the first part about Angel Reese is this. Caitlin Clark is box office. She is a star. And Angel Reese is to be completely believed that there's no hate. They both get along. They're cool with each other. They're high-end competitors, et cetera, et cetera. But you've known they were coming for you when you were waving your hands in your face to mock Caitlin Clark when you were beating her for the national championship. And you also are old enough to know that in this society, whether they want to admit it or not, they don't like seeing somebody black coming at somebody white who is a beloved star of theirs. That's not the case with all. It's not the case with most. But those who screech the loudest get the most attention sometimes. And that's what the worst of cynics and critics do. And so you knew they were going to come for you. You had to know that. Now, to the degree that they're doing so, I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. But keep your spirits up because you're at a decisive advantage, Angel Reese. You're at a decisive advantage because they made the mistake of letting you know who they are, whoever those people are. And now you have perfect justification for keeping people at bay and not letting people too close where they potentially hurt you. It's something people usually learn when they get older. You learned it younger, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. You're at an advantage. As for the Caitlin Clark fans she was alluding to, she ain't lying. It's not all, it's not most. A lot of them are fun-loving. A lot of them are great fans. A lot of them are great, great people. But some of them are racist. Some of them don't want Angel Reese be the one coming at her, and they use ethnicity as the rationale behind it. Again, very few compared to the many who wouldn't do that. But it is that kind of hate. I've seen it for years. I saw it when Allen Iverson was playing, and I was covering him every day. They saw it when Michael Jordan was on the come up. LeBron James, need I remind y'all, had racial epithets spray painted on his home in Brentwood, California, just a few years ago. Ain't new. We want to act like it's new. We want to act like we're this raceless society, that people ain't thinking about that. Most decent, God-fearing, loving people ain't thinking like that.
Okay, so this is the thing, right? Because we got black conservatives that's on the right, right? They're sitting up here like the Tim Scotts of the world, acting like racism don't exist and racist, and this is not a racist country, whatever like that, right? So you align with them, right? Right, Stephen A? Don't Angel Reese has the right to protect herself? Don't Angel Reese has the right to be able to, go everywhere and do whatever she got to do, whatever like that, without being subjected to that nonsense? Where's the protection that you give Caitlin Clark? Where's the same protection for Angel Reese that you give Caitlin Clark? Because have you heard Caitlin Clark come out and denounce all these racist people that's been targeting Angel Reese? I mean, I haven't heard it, but just because I hadn't heard it doesn't mean she hadn't done it. And has she come out and denounced all these racists that's been targeting Angel Reese? And if she has she done it on a consistent basis? Because see, people like you, Jason Whitlock, and people of your ilk are contributing factors to why Angel Reese is getting this kind of negative attention. Yeah, sure, athletes get negative attention, whatever like that. When they have a bad game or whatever, that game might have cost them a parlay or something like that. Yeah, of course they're gonna any athlete's going to be subjected to criticism or whatever. Let's not be naive. But to the point where these guys are following people to their houses and following and tracking people's IP addresses and sending naked AI photos of that athlete to their families and all that, that's disgusting. Why aren't you calling that nonsense out? But then again, I don't expect you to call it out the way with the same veracity that you would call out a Kyrie Irving, right? You always treat the goddamn situation with kid gloves when it comes to these white supremacists out here. That's your MO. That's how you get down. That's always been your calling card. What's up, Monterey Moore? Long time no see. Oh. Shout out to my man Monterey Moore in the building, man. That's one of my day one subs right there. He was with me since the beginning. But yeah. Stevie J, he was another one that's been with me since the beginning. Craig J, Intelligence Cycle. Yeah, those are my day one subs, man. Those are my day ones, man. So shout out to them. But yeah, that's always been your color card, Stephen A. When it comes to these white supremacists out here, you handled the situation with kid gloves. When it came to Justin Turner, when it was revealed that he had the COVID and he had to leave the game, he ran right back out on the field after the Dodgers won that World Series, hugging people and being around them and all that, knowing he was supposed to be distancing himself from them. But no, he ran back out on the field. What did Stephen A. do? He treated the situation with kid gloves. He didn't see a problem with it. When it came to Aaron Rodgers lying about the COVID, he treated that situation with kid gloves. He looked like a goddamn old bobblehead losing his puppy on that particular episode of First Take. When it came to Kyrie Irving, though, it was hellfire and brimstone. Right? And Kyrie Irving told the truth. When Kyrie Irving posted and shared that link, and you had idiots like Nick Friedel and Ramona Shelburne and Malika Andrews going in on Kyrie, who else was out there to do the little pile on? Him, Stephen A. Right? When Ryan Garcia went on his little racist tirade recently, did you see Stephen A go hellfire and brimstone and Ryan Garcia? No, he did not. Oh, we saw what we saw with when it came to Devin Haney. So why am I not surprised that he was gonna go in on Angel Reese? Or if he was a little bit older, I would have gone in on you. Why? You're sitting up here running your mouth about Cheryl Swoops. Because Cheryl, the unconscionable thing of mentioning everybody else that was on the Indiana Fever and not mention Caitlin Clark. But you got all this hellfire and brimstone for Angel Reese. You a clown, bro. I swear to God, man, this dude is a man. I wanted to say some other stuff, man, but I gotta watch myself, man. I gotta tread very carefully, man. YouTube is on my neck, especially after it went on that 3-chin, no neck, fat job mouth, this gargantuan giant, that cream player known as Roland Martin. So I gotta tread very carefully on what I do and what I say. Okay, they're on my ass. But yeah, make no mistake, Stephen A. This is your calling card. This is your MO. You like playing both sides. Use a wishy-washy individual. So let's see what else he had to say.
But there's quite enough people who are far from that, who live on that kind of vitriol and hatred. And some of them, not most, not all, some of them have been Caitlin Clark fans coming at Angel Reese. All she stated was the obvious, plain and simple. Plain and
What's up, DeMar Ellis? Salute. So yeah, man. I mean, are we surprised, right? Because I can guarantee you this: all these newfound Caitlin Clark fans, a lot of them dudes was racist before Caitlin Clark became a white media darling, right? So Angel Reese is the latest person for these white supremacists to get their little sugar rush, and then she's the target of their vitriol, and it's disgusting. This woman needs protection. Everybody talk about, see, you're not going to find Van Jones coming out here saying that, oh, we got to protect this sister right here. You're not going to have a Benjamin Crump come out saying that, oh man, Angel Reese, she's been the target of a whole lot of racist acts by these white supremacists out here. We got to protect this sister. Where's that cream puff Roland Martin at? Saying that we got to protect Angel Reese. That walking Jigglypuff. Where are all these guys that's on the left saying that we got to protect this sister? See, this is where protecting a sister needs to be put in its proper application. Not some part-time black woman, full-time con artist trying to be president. So it gets on my nerves, man. It really does get on my nerve, man. Angel Reese need to be protected at all costs. Angel Reese didn't do anything wrong. She was doing, and she did what any other body would do in the spirit of competition. And they can't stand the fact that Caitlin Clark got beat by her in the national championship game a couple years ago. They still can't get over that. Now, mind you, they've played each other 4 times. The Indiana Feeder has beaten the Chicago Sky 3 out of 4 games. So when you factor in the 3 out of 4 games they play head to head, that Indiana's won, plus the fact that Indiana has a better record and Indiana's going to go to the playoffs while the Chicago Sky has pretty much fallen from a cliff, she's going to be the unanimous Rookie of the Year. Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp has already gone out and they crash out missions, proclaiming this woman to be the, greatest thing since sliced bread. And there was already all this fake outrage about her not being on the Olympics. So, which did Caitlin Clark get for a consolation prize? She got to be on the Olympic team. On the All-Star team. She'll be on the Olympic team in 2028 when the games are in LA. Her and Angel Reese will be on there. But yeah, there was this fake outrage when she didn't make the cut in the 2024 games. Not like they needed her. They did need her. They still came back with the gold. So all this nonsense, all this fake outrage towards Angel Reese and blind deference to Caitlin Clark is disgusting. And it's not like Caitlin Clark has been coming out denouncing these people, has been coming out going on this crusade for all these white supremacists and all these other people to stop targeting Angel Reese. When have she said it? And if she did say it, has she done it on a consistent basis? And I can guarantee you, on at least one of these situations, the answer is no. I wouldn't be surprised if she hadn't said anything at all. Oh, I just want to play basketball. I'm just coming here to play a game and enjoy the game I love and all. I don't even think I heard her one time come out and denounce these fans for going at Angel Reese. What's our Hamza S? So yeah, Stephen A. Smith, yeah, his little 2-timing got dang on both sides having ass can sit down somewhere. Straight up, man. That dude is a bona fide sucker, man. I'm telling you, there's some things I want to say, man, but YouTube really got me on watch. So I gotta tread carefully, bro. I'm telling y'all, I gotta tread carefully because there's some things I really want to say to that clown, bro. Now, for those of you may not be aware, I did a video targeting Roland Martin, right? And I got a warning because I was cyberbullying because he couldn't take the heat. So, I gotta play nice while I'm in other people's houses and all that. But yeah, man, Stephen A. ain't no damn. He's not no damn Satanist. He's a contributing factor why Angel Reese getting all this hate and all that. What's up, Leonard? Shout out the man Leonard, the Yuta in the building. So yeah, man, Stephen A. He's not above reproach. He's a contributing factor to why Angel Reese getting targeted like that, right? Because all he got. Angel Reese can say what she says in her own podcast, and Angel Reese don't got no reason to lie, right? She a Baltimore girl, you know what I'm saying? I know them Baltimore girls is always on 100. Them Baltimore girls always keep it 100. I don't think I met a girl from Baltimore that hadn't kept it 100. So them Baltimore girls are resilient, man. You know what I'm saying? And she's a tough cookie, man. Just because. She played basketball, but I know she got some gangster in her, bro. Straight up, man. But yeah, man, but even then, just because she a tough cookie don't mean that, she can be subjected to that kind of nonsense, bro. Straight up, man. And again, with all these pundits and called black leaders or whatever like that sitting up here, we got to protect Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris don't need protection. She got the Secret Service. She got her Jewish husband. If anything, Angel Reese needs to be protected like that, right? When that chrome dome, nugget head, Van Jones was sitting up there on CNN talking about, I was on the call with 1,000 guys, and you know, all I hear is that we got to protect this system. We got to protect this system. And he's saying that in blind deference to Kamala Harris. Where's the same application here? This woman is being subjected to death threats. This woman has people coming to her house. This woman is having naked AI photos being sent to her family members. Where's the protection for her? And then you got these stands out here. I mean, these stands out here are ridiculous. So all these dudes that's out here saying all this racist stuff towards Caitlin Clark, let me let you in a little something. Caitlin Clark is not going to fuck you, okay? Caitlin Clark don't even want to be around half of you individuals. And yet you going on this massive jihad talking to injuries thinking that she's going to curry favor with you. Caitlin Clark is not going to sleep with you. She's not. She's not going to give you the time of day. She's just not. And yet, you going around here on these racist tirades for what? For what? What are you going to get out of it? What, you're just going to find the next person to be racist towards until the one time you end up being racist towards somebody that'll bring you the smoke, and then all of a sudden now you want to cry victim. So make it make sense. You got black folks out here buffooning out here, going on crash dummy missions, straight kamikaze mode when it comes to, oh man, injuries ain't all that good, man. What are you talking about? Obviously, she's good enough to be playing in the WNBA. What's up, Unique Don? Mwah. Tell you right now, me and Unique Don could go out on a date. What do I tell you? She don't know that yet. I just play. But anyway. But yeah, man, this all this crazy stuff that's going on, man, that's just unacceptable, man. I'm trying to tell you. Injuries should not be subjected to this nonsense. You guys don't even know what y'all think about this, man. I mean, you guys is clowns, man. Clowns. Yeah, you already know, Unique Dawn. You already know what time it is. That's right. When I come stop around your town, look, we going on a date. I'm trying to tell you. But anyway, yeah, man, you gotta let me know what y'all think about this, man. You know what I'm saying? All you racists out there, go get a life, man. You know what I'm saying? Because look, you can sit up here and try to set up ghost accounts and fake IP addresses and all that. You know there's a way we can still identify you, right? So if you was out here being racist and then we just happen to identify you and you just happen to work at Waffle House out there in Jackson, Mississippi, or in Birmingham, Alabama, or in Opelika, Florida, right? Wherever you at, we going to find you. We going to pull up on you. Then what you going to do? Huh? But ask that one guy up there in Jersey, you know, going on his little racist screed, cussing out that black kid or whatever like that, and the whole hood pulled up at his house. You better ask that one guy down in South Carolina who was the sergeant first class in the Army, berating that teenage kid, and the whole hood showed up at his house. See, that's one thing about you racists. You guys won't sit up there, talk all that nonsense, thinking ain't nobody going to pull up on you, thinking ain't nobody going to do nothing. And then exactly when the time they do something, then all of a sudden now you want to cry victim. The fuck out of here. Anyway, you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me. Ho!